Hi, I'm Terry Darney. I was in my third year teaching English at American University. I was teaching mostly Chinese students while soldiering through what seemed to be the worst flu of my life. Abruptly, it was suddenly time to upgrade my PowerPoint and video skills, way beyond what had previously worked. I learned a lot of tricks very quick. This video is my way of passing those skills forward to educators who want to become effective and efficient with PowerPoint.
Whether your goal is an engaging presentation or a compelling video, your role is a lot like the director's. You need to plan and manage the action to keep the attention of your audience. In this, transitions are an important tool. Directors never simply follow an actor around and film what happens in real time. Not often, in any case. What they do is shift from character to character, place to place, and situation to situation in order to increase the drama or comedy of the film. Films must bounce from scene to scene to get our attention. In films, time must be compressed and gaps in time extended so that the full story can be told, but with only the most interesting moments. Transitions, together with animations, help us to tell our story, whether it's short and simple or long and complicated. There are dozens of ways to move between slides, and they can be modified to your needs. They fall, though, into three major styles. Subtle, which are likely to be appropriate to more academic or professional presentations. Exciting, for instructional situations where you need to motivate your audience a little more emotionally. And dynamic, when you want to go for the grand effect. Subtle is to present to a professionally motivated audience, more interested in gathering data than in being entertained. Not that a certain stage presence isn't essential. The changes are less disruptive, but manage to signal that a change has indeed happened. Exciting adds more glitz and action to the transition. The transition is kind of an event of its own. Dynamic transitions are intended to project business or science, doing powerful things. These are your options in all three categories. There are several ways that you can modify each. We'll take a look at that in an active file very soon.
We're in the live file now, and as you notice at the top, we've got a nice selection. And as we've discussed, there are three major areas that you can select from when you are choosing transitions. You can open them up and you can decide whether you're going to be in subtle, exciting, or dynamic content. Let's start by taking a look at subtle. And I've clicked it with no particular setup at this point, but let's try a fade or maybe a push. How about random bars? And then cover. And we can set these to work on all of them, or we can set them to work on an individual item. If we go over to the right, you'll see that we have the apply to all selection available to us. We also have several effects that we can apply to any of these transitions. If we open up effect options, you can see that you can decide how you want the effect to enter and how you want it to manifest itself on the slide. Okay, let's take a look at exciting. Let's try glitter. Maybe vortex. Or perhaps we want to go with shred. So we get some fairly dramatic effects out of this one. And we go down to those dynamic content choices, and we'll start with pan. Or perhaps one of my favorites, Ferris wheel. So you can see what the effect is going to be before you actually do it. So that makes it very easy to match the effects you're looking for against the content, against the tone of what you're trying to present. So I've saved the best for last. As you may have noticed in the slides, there is a little Shamrock Man. We're going to use Shamrock Man as the control mechanism in a special kind of morph transition. So if we open up and we go back to subtle, we're going to select morph. All right, now what morph does is if you select any photo or group of photos and carry them forward from one slide to the next, rather than an abrupt change when you move from slide to slide, you will actually see those pictures transform. We're going to go to present and take a look at there's Shamrock Man. He's introducing transitions. Aha, he moves again and again and again. So any photo that you set into transitions is going to slide smoothly from one condition, one size to another. So you can use this for some pretty dramatic or interesting effects.